You know when you're so hungry that you literally just can't think? Like you need food to process everything. That's me right now. Let's go get some grub. So, because I have the week off of working on other people's cars, I thought I would take the time this week to work on my own. Now, I didn't get off to the greatest of starts, as I dropped an industrial C-clamp right on my big toe. And it hurts like fucking hell. So if you take one thing from this video, that's safety first and always have your fucking steel toes on. Because I learned my lesson real fast. I bought an extra set of steel toes that you guys are on right now, just so that I have a spare pair to wear in case I forget them or I'm using them at work, or so I always have a pair at the shop. Anyways, we're not gonna let that hold us back. We got food, we got drinks, we got Tylenol if we need them, and it actually feels a lot better than it did about 2 days ago when this accident occurred. So yeah, we're gonna finish this food, and then we're gonna head up to the shop and see what we can do. So we officially made it to the shop. As you can see behind me, I pulled my car in. 2 goals for today. You guys may not have known this, but I've been driving this piece of shit around for a couple months now without second gear. Going first to third gear, it really sucks. And I'm done dealing with that because, yeah, second gear just isn't there anymore. So, as you can see over here, we have another transmission for this thing. It apparently has limited slip diff gear in it, and I got it for pretty cheap, so I said fuck it, and yeah. And since it's out, I thought I would go ahead and grab a Stage 4 Unsprung 6-putt clutch. A little bit overkill, but go big or go home, right? These transmissions aren't terribly hard to pull out. Hopefully we can have it done in a couple hours just to pull the thing out. The guys are gonna show up later on to help me out with this, so the hard part's really gonna be getting the new transmission over there lined up after I get this one out. But anyways, first thing I gotta do is drain all the transmission fluid, so let's go ahead and do that.
Take all of my enemies' weapons and reckon that they will never step to me with aggression. But teach it a lesson, don't give them detention. Might hang them all up and call that a suspension. No chance of prevention if it's my intention to run up on you with a sword and extension. You won't get away, there is evidence. Hey, and we told you we coming today.
So while that shit's draining, I'm gonna start taking everything off the top here to get access to all these bell housing bolts, etc. So I'll see you in a minute. So I got everything out of here, took the battery tray, got the starter out already. Pretty much all the access to these top bell housing bolts that I need. So yeah, just gotta start pulling the bell housing bolts and then I can move on to the bottom. So, officially got the bell housing bolts out of the top. I also took the axles out on both sides. All that's left now is to take the bell housing bolts out of the bottom and then disconnect this transmission mount here with the transmission supported. It should slide right out. So, transmission is officially out. As you can see, now it's time to pull the clutch off and see how much life was left in it, and I'm hoping that it's not too much. I actually drove around for a while without first gear, and then now I don't have second gear, and there's been multiple times where my friends who aren't the greatest at driving stick shift have burned the fuck out of my clutch. So who knows? We're gonna find out in a minute though. Alright, so I got the clutch, flywheel, pressure plate off. The clutch isn't actually as bad as I thought. It's pretty glazed up. Like, you can tell that it's gotten hot in the past, like the glazing on the edge here. But material wise, this thing's actually not terrible. Like, it wasn't not really close to the rivets or anything. So I'm surprised. And even the pressure plate, you can see the heat spots on it for sure, but it's not like it's been fucking destroyed. Like, these are still usable if I were to machine them out, but the new clutch that I got actually comes with a flywheel and everything. So let me open this thing up. So I am going to wait. I'm going to put these on and torque these down to spec. And then I'm going to wait to put the new transmission down here in, because taking it out, it's alright, you just drop it, you can do it with one person, but putting it back in and lining those dowels up and everything, I'm probably going to need a second person. So I'm going to wait for one of the guys to get here and give me a hand with it. But let's get these guys in for now, and I will see you when that's done.
Hey Tyler. Tyler, is this thing turboed?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Dude, that's because you got that huge fucking snail on it, isn't it? Dude, look at that turbo. So what are you doing, Ty?
Torquing.
Torquing what?
Torquing my fucking pressure plate. I know I shouldn't be using an extension, but you know, fuck it.
You know what you need for this camera?
What?
Is a light.
Yeah.
They'll always find something wrong. Why are your ears so fucking dirty? How the fuck do you get oil on your ears? I think it's time that you had a bath. Maybe wash your fucking hair. Maybe change your fucking clothes. I'm no Kanye, but
Pretty damn close.
pretty close. Dude. So what is this thing? A 4-fuck what? What do you call this? A six fuck puck? What is this? I don't know cars. I drive a fucking Volvo.
It's a 6-fuck.
A 6-fuck fuck. What is this, Dylan?
It's fucking garbage.
Oh, that's how you get fucking oil on your ear. You fucking roll in it. You're like the John C. O'Reilly dressed up like Brad Pitt. Yeah. You're like a anorexic Chris Farley. Yeah. You're like an unfunny David Spade. Oh, that's a good one. You're like a curly-headed Jew David Spade. You're like a crackhead Andy Milonakis. Yeah. You're like Dirt Nasty's little brother that's nowhere near as good looking as him. You're like Riff Raff's love child with a fucking comedy writer. Yeah. Richard Simmons. You have such Richard Simmons style.
So one problem that I ran into with this transmission is the shift mechanism was a little bit different. So this one's actually off of a little bit older Mark IV, so like a 99.5 to 2001. And the shift mechanism actually uses these ball style type thing here. So you see how that's like a ball that you push the shift linkage over, whereas the one on my car is a pin. So I just swapped the whole shifter mechanism. I know it looks really daunting, and I was afraid this was gonna fall apart on me when I pulled it out, but it was pretty simple. You just make sure it's in neutral, pull it out, pull it back in. Now, I was gonna just swap the tower itself, because you can just swap the tower, but the lock mechanism for the shift linkage, this piece right here, which locks the shift linkage in neutral, is broken on this side. So I just said fuck it, and I swapped the whole thing over, and that way I can get the shift linkage lined up a lot easier when this transmission's in.
What the fuck are you drinking? This is it's milk water, hot milk water with plant from Tim Hortons. It's good. Do you like hot? You want to try some hot milk water with plant? It has a hint of plant. It's actually just super hot. Like it just fucking burns my mouth. Whatever. It's good. So I think these are bigger than a 15. I think I lied. So you're just gonna put an elbow on the end of this?
What?
You're just gonna put an elbow on the end of this?
No, I'm just gonna put a pipe, 2 clamps.
All the way to the back?
No, this fucking is right here.
Toilet, that's not legal.
What are you talking about? I have a cat. This is a cat?
Dude, I have a cat too. Her name's Sprinkles. Imagine Petey.
Dude, Petey could be a lift. He's a fucking strong boy. He said you can't punch windows at the Centros.
No. Guess I got a Polish crackhead to do that.
I can't feel my fucking arm like that. What fucking playlist did you put on?
I don't know, bitch music. Alright, so we're still working on the Volkswagen. This fucking sucks. Think about the flames you'll throw after this is done. Especially once we tap the exhaust with nitrous. We're gonna tap only the exhaust with nitrous to get full flame effect.
So, as you can see, I'm not wearing the same clothes as in the last clip. That's because it is the next day. I had 2 goals for yesterday, like I was saying. That was 1, to put the transmission in with the new Stage 4 Unsprung clutch. We did that. That went all right. Putting the transmission in was a bit of a bitch, but other than that, everything went pretty smooth. And the second thing that I wanted to do was finish my exhaust. So I'm gonna put, I put my new downpipe on. After that point, I'll be honest, I got fed up. So that's why I stopped filming, because I was just getting really aggravated with this thing. But it's a new dawn, it's a new day. I'm just getting everything pretty much welded up to run to the rear here. This is the rear pipe. I don't even know what this is. I think it's a 4-inch tip or something. It came off of Dylan's Volvo, so we're gonna run that for now. Hopefully the Popo doesn't bug us, and until then, that's gonna be the exhaust setup. So now all I really need to do is get this up under the car and weld this side to the rest of the pipe. Shut up, Taylor Swift. So it's been just under a week since I installed the Stage 4 XTD clutch on my GTI, and I'm sure a lot of you want to know how it is. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the feel, the physical feel of the clutch. Now, a lot of Stage 4 and up clutches, you literally have to rev it up to like 3 grand to get the car to move, and this one isn't the case. The best I would describe the feel of this clutch is balanced. It's not too heavy, but it's also not too soft. But it also keeps that factor of being really, really grabby like a Stage 4 and up clutch should. The best way to describe it is it's definitely a neck snapper when you're banging through gears, but when you're just driving around town, it's honestly not too bad. Like, I don't think a beginner could just take this car and learn how to drive stick on it, but anybody with a little bit of standard transmission experience should have no problem driving using this clutch. The best part about this clutch that I bought off of eBay is the fact that everything lined up. I didn't have to buy a single part that didn't come with the clutch kit. The flywheel wasn't machined wrong, lined up perfectly with my starter. Nothing was broken on the way in or out. Everything actually felt somewhat quality. Like, usually when you buy something off of eBay, you get it and A, it doesn't look like anything that was in the pictures on the ad when you bought it, and B, it just feels like it was made out of some guy's fucking basement in China. Anyways, enough of me rambling on about the clutch. Let's go and drive it. I'm gonna put these Snapchat spectacles on and give you guys a first-person view of some of my favorite roads in the area, and you guys can get a feeling for how the clutch is, kind of, without actually driving the car. I'm gonna try my best anyways, so cut to that.
Bye.